But it's just
not too much now. Not too much now.
Let me tell y'all about them.
I'm just so perplexed.
and scene.
Yo, Impact, you know that. Welcome back to another episode of the Golden Impact. There's so much to tell y'all right now, but you know how we just get straight into it. Listen, I have two kings in the building. They are near and dear to my heart, but also to my headaches. So let's really talk about it. Welcome. What's going on? Tell them who you are, what we doing today, and why y'all here. Because I know they have a lot to say.
Well, my name is Tevin Facey. Nice to meet y'all. From Millionaire Essentials. Queens, what's up? New York, what's up? I'm here, man.
And I'm the other half, Brandon, the provider from Millionaire Essentials. Appreciate you for having us out here. As usual, Jasmine.
Yeah, y'all already know. Big family in the building. So y'all said Millionaire Essentials. What's Millionaire Essentials? I know. But let the folks know what Millionaire Essentials is.
What do you know about Millionaire Essentials?
Is this the podcast of the podcast of the Millionaire Essentials?
Nah, so Millionaire Essentials is the company that me and Tevin started. So it kind of, the name in general came from my company and part of his company, right? So we actually came together because it's more power, you're more stronger together. Mm-hmm. So we was in the same field doing credit and funding. So Millionaire Essentials is giving you all the essentials it takes to become a millionaire. So we teach people how to leverage credit, get access to business funding, to scale a business, to build a business, basically to get all essentials and things, prerequisites to become a millionaire. So in whole, that's what Millionaire Essentials is.
I love that. And you touched on the fact that y'all came together. That's not typically easy, especially for men.
No, it's not.
But y'all are so how did that happen? How did y'all really decide y'all wanted to move forward and continuously decide that every day?
But I mean, I think for us, it was like a perfect match in the sense of the external, right? Because, I have a child, he has a child, he has a wife, I have a wife. It's kind of similar in that way, right? Mm-hmm. So it was, the external things were great, but the internal, obviously, it took a while for us to, get to that point to say, hey, let's do this partnership, right? So, we had multiple conversations. We were both in the same field already, but it wasn't the fact that we came together, but it was the fact that we met in similar rooms together, right? So we were always in certain rooms that, were obviously outside of just the regular networking events.
Right. So,
in a sense, we just kept meshing.
Yeah. And it sounds like y'all found each other in the right environment to produce the best efficiency.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yo, I really want to touch on that though, because how did we even meet? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, I do remember. You said being in the rooms, being around each other, right? In the certain rooms, there's a lot of people. There's a plethora of people that you can meet, but y'all found each other, right? So obviously correlating that with a wealth mindset or just a growth mindset in general. How did you really come to a growth mindset, come to a wealth mindset for each of you, right? Because y'all could have easily been like, oh, cool, nice to meet you. But instead, y'all thought, come together and build. So where did y'all get that growth mindset from?
Well, timing is everything. And that makes a big difference. So it's good that we met each other when we were at the right time. We were already on that mindset. It didn't take us a while for us to be together to develop that mindset. We already had the similar mindset. Because, we get in rooms and we get around a lot of like-minded people, right? Because that's where you're going to meet your next business partner, in rooms that create impact. So you got to make sure
rooms that create what?
Impact.
What type of impact?
Golden impact.
Oh, exactly. Okay, keep going.
Exactly. So you got to realize you got to get in rooms that create impact, golden impact. So we're in a lot of the same similar rooms around a lot of the same similar like-minded people. And then synergy, right? We had the same type of synergy. We were doing the same things. So it only made sense for us to come together and basically link up and grow together. So that's basically how it happened.
And then also patience, right? A lot of people, they talk about, what do they say? Speed. What is it? Success loves speed. Success loves speed, right? But I think there's success loves patience as well, because at some point you have to have patience in order to find that right partner. Because you can't just get into bed with somebody just, thinking that it's going to be a great partnership, and sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
So, you have to have that patience, because then now that patience, it just adapts to your mindset.
Yeah.
Right? The mindset you had to build your credit, the mindset you had to leave that 9-to-5 job, and now you're bringing that mindset to be wealthy, but not just thinking about being rich, but being wealthy. So I think that's something that we always talk about, because it's like, we can make $1 million now, but what's the point if we're not going to be able to make $1 million over the next 10, 20, 30 years? You know what I'm saying? So patience is definitely important.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Business is a marriage.
Exactly. Ooh, business is a marriage. Let's talk about it.
It
Because
is.
everything is a business, even relationships. So let's talk about it. Y'all know the Golden Impact, we give you love and business, and everything is built off of relationships. So burning bridges and different things like that can really, take away from everything that you're building. So I want to talk about just relationships in general. How would you say that relationships impacted you individually and then Millionaire Essentials?
Individually, you want to go? I think you should go.
Well, relationships in both parts, relationships is everything. I think, who was it? Rashad or somebody from EYL said it. Relationships, I think, is more important than money in your bank account.
Yeah.
Relationships is everything because relationships can help pick you up when you're down. Relationships can take you places that money can't buy. Relationships get you in rooms that money can't buy.
Absolutely.
So even if you have a down financially, you have a down season, being that you know somebody or you have a good relationship with somebody, they may have a resource that could pick you up to bring you out of that down season and vice versa. If you're up, somebody can have a relationship that you can't get access to that could put you on that next level. So relationships is everything, and building relationships is probably the most important thing you could do in any field, any industry, especially when you're talking business.
Absolutely.
And I think something inside of relationships that a lot of people don't talk about, which is communication, is something that's very key as well, right? If you can't communicate with the person that you have a relationship with, then is it really a relationship? I mean, at that point, you're not really speaking about the essential things that's needed inside of the relationship. Then what's the point? If you're just talking about the wants, you're like, yo, let's go watch a game. Yo, let's go to the bar. It's not really a want for me.
Right, what we doing?
Exactly. But I think communication is definitely important inside of those individual relationships. Now, when it comes to just business, communication is definitely key. I think just overall communication needs to be something that's highlighted inside of not just only entrepreneurship journey, but just in love in general.
In love.
And relationships
Love
can hurt you too.
It's a communication.
Relationships can hurt you.
It can.
Because definitely when you're on a certain path, a certain journey, you have to filter your relationships.
Yeah.
So the same people that wasn't on this path that you're on now, a lot of those relationships you have to slow down or maybe even cut off completely
Right.
for you to form new relationships so you can reach your goal and destination.
I love that because divine timing is everything. It may not be like they not there for the season, but more so like, let me double
They're
back
for a
on
reason.
them. Yeah, like, or you learn for them something like.
And that's where the patient comes in.
Exactly, because you have to accept that.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't, and that's why they fall in that trap of just repeating the same experience over and over and over again until you learn from it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna hit a hot topic real quick that
Hit it.
that people probably not really thinking about.
What topic? I'm here for the tea.
It's the button up.
I'm here for the
Here
tea.
for the tea?
What topic?
I'm here for the tea.
Actually, I'm not gonna hit on that topic. I'm actually. I'm not.
You on the topic.
I was
Hit
gonna-
on the
I'm
Yo, you see how he want to give y'all bronze vibes on the golden
I got
intern?
you. I got you.
Crazy.
So me and Brandon literally were just talking about
Now you
this.
gonna throw my name in.
But y'all are right. Y'all are right.
Yeah. So basically, we were talking about all of these celebrity women now dating these athletes, right? But not just celebrity women, like the older celebrity women dating the younger athletes. So I was like, we were just talking about it. I'm like, where do they meet these women that they're able
They're 20 years older.
exactly how because it was saying something about they were at a celebrity softball game. I'm like, what is that celebrity doing at the softball game to meet the athletes? Like, why is she there?
I really don't know, but that's a good question only because of my age and knowing all the rooms that I'm in. Because everybody that I meet is like 10, 15, 20, 30 years older than me too. So essentially it's kind of the same thing.
I mean, no, she's not.
She is.
But when we
Because
talking,
it's a rare commodity for me to go into a room where we be at and I find somebody that's 24, 25.
That's true.
Rare commodity.
That's
you're
true.
right, but no, she's right.
She's right.
But now I think we're talking about intentions.
Yeah. I think that's what I was kind of
block those out. Straight to the money.
Yeah, because I think some of their intentions be wrong.
I didn't think about it though. She's right though.
No, she is absolutely right.
No, she's right.
It's a different
That's really the
mindset.
answer to the question. I didn't think about that.
This is why we need to have this conversation with the women and not just ourselves. Because our conversation was not anything to do with intentions.
Yeah.
I love that. I feel like every time we have a conversation, it's either something we learn, build, or just laugh about. So I'm just grateful for y'all to be here.
No, appreciate it. Like
warming up. Yes, when you touch on communication, because that's heavy, right? There's certain love languages, certain just components that we want our partners or our business partners to have. Now, I know y'all both said y'all married, y'all tied up, y'all have y'all woman then, but how does that play a role in the fact that y'all have a relationship and y'all have a business? Because I know y'all have to correlate and respond.
Nah, I know exactly what she's saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? Because one day, the impact gonna be y'all see? And I just want to know, like, with the partnerships, how does that play a role? Like, how does your wives feel? How do y'all feel? Like, what's that looking like?
I'll be honest. There's been times that, mine has been yelling at not only just me, but yelling at Brandon too.
Who don't yell at Brandon?
But you know what I'm saying? But it's just but there has been times, but I mean, it's just something that you just gotta, you gotta deal with it. It's communication. The communication has to happen, whether it's hard or it's easy. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's why I say communication is key, because you need to have it. Like I said, whether it's hard or easy, it needs to be done.
Right.
So I mean, he pretty much hit it on the head. Like, it's communication. So especially when you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, and you have a partner, you have to communicate that they know I'm probably going to be speaking to him just as much as I'm speaking to you.
Exactly what I was touching on.
Like, that's part of, especially being an entrepreneur. So entrepreneur and business owner is different. Yes.
Explain it to them.
Yes. I could be a business owner, right, and have a 9-to-5 or own a business and work in the business, go home. An entrepreneur, right? An entrepreneur is basically, my definition, or it could be everybody's definition, is somebody who, I don't have a 9-to-5. I don't have no security. I kill what I eat. I eat what I kill. So every day I have to try and get up and earn $1 and go through a routine. If I do not, no money, no bacon is going to come home. So I have to set that up continuously. I have to keep doing that until I build up a pipeline where now that's running on autopilot. And I have to do that in multiple streams of income in order to scale. So that's really an entrepreneur, somebody who's creating a business to run and sustain on its own, and that's building up multiple streams as well to come home. So now during the course of their lifetime or time, they have multiple streams coming in automatically. So now they can sit back and enjoy their life and the fruits of their labor at the end. Somebody who's a business owner or just running a business could have a security blanket. I could have a 9-to-5 and just be a business owner. I could work in a business and be a business owner and operator. So I could have my business, operate my one business, and for 10, 20 years, like a lot of these mom and pops that's selling right now,
right?
They operate in one little business, they cake stand, they bread stand, they own that for 10, 20, 30 years. Some of them pass it out to children, some of them sell it. But I wouldn't call that could be an entrepreneur in a sense. But in this day and age, I think a full-time or full-on entrepreneur is somebody who's scaling. A lot of those mom and pops weren't scaling, they were just getting by.
Right.
So they owned the business, they made enough money to pay the bills, maybe take care of family, and that's it for the next 10, 20 years. But an entrepreneur is somebody who wants to scale in multiple streams and be like, ultra successful, has that drive. Entrepreneur, business owner.
Entrepreneur, business owner. To bring it back to business, right? We are dabbling into Millionaire Essentials and actually what they offer, what they provide to the community, because it's important to know our business owners, right? Just who they are as individuals, because sometimes when you see people, you automatically think of the business, the brand, but there's a person behind the business and the brand. Like, There's emotions behind the business and the brand. There's leadership behind the business and the brand, right? So just to dabble into what Millionaire Essentials is, how did each of you become or have the life of a business owner choose you?
Well, I think more so the life of an entrepreneur chose me.
There we go. Terminology.
Right? Depending on Brandon's breakdown in the last 10 minutes. Nah, but no, it's just I think for me, I just wanted to spend more time with my family. I'm gonna be honest. Having a daughter, I was working at Con Ed and doing a lot of hours, doing like 80 hours a week, and I couldn't. I wasn't there for from the newborn. Well, obviously those small weeks that they give you, but after that, it was like, damn, I don't want to go back. And then now the time is just fine because they grow up so fast. So for me, I needed to separate myself from the job to actually becoming an entrepreneur so that now I can see, even my newborn now that I have, like, and I literally just said this. I was like, I can appreciate it so much more now because I see every little thing that they're doing, the smile, the little hand waves, the gestures, things like that. So for me, that was kind of really the reason why I went into entrepreneurship. And obviously, just providing a better life for my family and my generations to come. So
I love that. Legacy.
Well, I think as entrepreneurs, as us, as we are, we're the only thing that separates us from probably y'all is that we understood how to face fear. A lot of y'all don't know how to face fear yet because we all start off, unless we go by, I want to break this down properly. We all want to be entrepreneurs in reality.
Right.
But the majority of America, which is okay, the reason why they're not doing what they want to do is the fear. They need something that's safe and comfortable. So they get a job, a 9 to 5. I'm not talking about the people that actually love what they do, like doctors, nurses, maybe lawyers. A lot of people are in fields that they love what they do. That's more power to them. But there's a good majority of America that's in jobs only out of scarcity because they feel this is what I have to do to pay bills. I can't really do what I want to do, or I'm scared to really chase what I want to chase because of XYZ situation.
Yeah.
Us as entrepreneurs, we were just a little more bold enough to say, I'm going to face the fear. I'm going to go out in this world and chase what I want to do and keep going no matter what the hurdles is because I know I'm going to be successful. That's basically the only difference.
Yeah.
So you just one step away of just facing that fear and saying, I'm going to chase this and do what I want to do. Everybody can be an entrepreneur.
Respectfully.
Everybody
should
be
be
ready.
Everybody should be a business owner.
Everybody can.
Everybody can be a business
Don't be everybody should.
And everybody should invest.
Everybody should invest.
Yes, you can be a 9 to 5. You can be making 200, 300,000. I just spoke to somebody. She's in tech. She makes 250,000 a year. She's like, there's no reason for me to leave my job, but I can still invest. So she's investing into buying real estate.
Yeah,
which is something that I think every American, every European, it don't matter what country you're in. I think you should invest. If you have a 9 to 5, you have a regular job, 1099, whatever it is. You should always invest because that's the way how you're going to multiply your income over the years.
Yeah.
As well as, and then not only that, but just bring it over to your generations as well. Because now whatever you've invested into, it can carry over, whether it be real estate, whether it be stocks, whether, whatever company that you're investing into. I think it's very important that we do so. And then I think one more thing that I wanted to mention is that mindset, right?
Talk about it now.
So, I think having that, what separates us, right, from the regular people, obviously other than risk, I think is our mindset.
Absolutely.
We have that persevering mindset. It's whatever's going to knock me down, cool. I'm going to get right back up. And I'm going to make sure it's done.
I had a client, she told me fear stands for face everything and rise. I said, ooh, that's the one, Daniel.
I ain't gonna lie, that wasn't new though. That's been around for a while.
I know, but it was just relevant to what he was saying.
What she was going through.
But you said it like it was something new. Like, oh,
I said my client.
Hello. Yeah. Anyways, mindset is definitely important. We pushed through a lot. We pushed through a lot. We persevered through a lot. We've taken losses. That's the reason why we can, say that we've done this. People out there, they probably taking losses, maybe 500, maybe 1,000, all for trying to gamble. Like for us, it's not gambling. We're actually trying to invest into something.
We are investing, not even trying.
The only reason why I say trying is because when you get to that point of loss, then it's like at that point you negate that in your head because you automatically want to move on to the next, right? Because if you keep your mind right there on that loss, then you probably never move forward. And that's what happens to the regular people.
Is it that we keep our minds there and negate it, or we actually learn from it?
Well, we learn from it, obviously. Right. But I think, like I was saying, just with certain people, they harp on certain things.
Correct.
So that might keep them where they're at, opposed to moving on. That's why I say the perseverance is definitely important within us as entrepreneurs, because that's what we have to do on a daily basis, like Brandon said.
Daily basis. No risk, no reward.
Yep.
I just love the high vibrations I'm getting right now. What you want to say? Exactly.
Excuse me.
What happened?
Well, what I was gonna say is, you sick or something?
No, not me.
Yeah, you.
You sick?
Nah,
I'm good. What's funny? Oh, this is a light skin thing.
Oh,
wow! What's with the colorism? Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? Or it needs to be a separate podcast?
Separate
podcast. Because the colorism is disgusting.
Because there's something going on right here.
Because the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. We all know that. What do you need to say before I move on to my next
topic? It don't look
topic?
like we all know that. Usually say, right, you have to have a short-term memory. And kind of what he said is, what that means, if I'm in basketball, right, and my shooter, if I miss my first 5, 6, 7 shots, I'm going to forget that. And by not forget it like, oh, I didn't know I missed those shots, but keep shooting.
Right.
Don't harp on those shots you just missed.
Right.
You're doing it right. It's just maybe something small you have to adjust, but keep shooting and you're going to get your form. You're going to get your rhythm.
Right.
So it's just like in business, have a short-term memory. So don't harp on, oh, I didn't make it. I didn't get in this situation. I don't have this relationship. Keep pushing. Don't harp on those mistakes or where you're not. Just focus on where you're going to be. And if people keep just focusing and pushing forward, they're going to get where they need to be. A lot of us, we harp on our own mistakes, or we dwell on how we failed or may have not accomplished what we wanted to accomplish.
Right.
And that kind of brings us down, gets us depressed, especially as entrepreneurs.
Right.
A lot of us get depressed because we didn't get where we needed to be at this time, or really be on this level, this and that. We got to forget that and keep moving no matter what's going on. So
I love
that's
that.
that's the reason why I say the word try, because in that analogy,
no excuse.
You got to try the shot.
But you did the shot. It's not
you
that
got to keep taking the shot.
Keep taking the shot.
You got to try to keep taking that shot.
If I try to hold this glass,
that shot so
right, like the shot is not happening. That is not happening.
You
trying to push that shot so
hard, yo.
You can't make fetch happen, Tevin.
I'm trying.
Nah, but he did good with it. He did good with the try.
Yeah, no. We X out of the try. Y'all know the impact. We don't try, we just do. We keep taking the shots. But I want to touch on the fact that you mentioned about investing and the fact that, bringing it back full circle with Millionaire Essentials, when you actually invest, you go after with a type of lending, a type of credit, and you have to have a certain mindset to do so.
You gotta have a mindset for credit, just in general.
In general. So I just want you guys to touch on that a little bit because it's just very imperative with credit. When you get the actual credit, what are you actually doing with it? So the mindset is where you start. So I just want you to give some insight to the audience, everybody that's viewing, because essentially everybody wants to either get funding, become a millionaire, but what does it actually take before you even get that typical funding?
So leverage, right? And the reason why I say leverage is because it's not just leveraging your credit, but it's leveraging relationships, right? So you need to leverage the relationships that you're gonna have to cultivate inside of these banks, right? It's not just about your credit at this point, right? Your profile is that's something important, right? Having that 720 plus credit score, and other than just having the 720 plus, you need to make sure you actually look at the profile, right? So, having 3 to 4 accounts, right? Primary accounts, having 2 to 3 years in credit at least. Okay. The inquiries being less than 5, no collections, no derogatories, no late payments. And then also just having that utilization below that 20%. 30 is great, but it needs to be below 20. At this point, the country is too high of a risk.
And respectfully dealing with them, it needs to be below 10. Because mine is below 5. You don't want to play. What are we doing here? Let's be intentional with our time and our character. Let's be real intentional. Nobody say be dead serious, but be intentional when you call them. Let's not waste each other's time.
Yes. And I think, for, like I said, the leverage portion, because now we're no longer leveraging the profile just alone. We have to leverage that relationship.
Correct.
Because if you don't have that relationship, you can't get the type of approvals we get. You can't get the 50, 60, 70, 30. Like it's not possible. Right? You can get the nice 20s that they'll give you, but I mean, who wants to be in the 20s?
You said that's cute.
That's cute. It is. I'm just being honest. It's cute. But like when we get to those, get to that relationship that we can now bring that credit approval much higher, I think that's important. Leverage is definitely important.
I love it.
Yeah.
And so being that leverage is important, I know that you guys have a plethora of opportunities, obviously showing the community and just what you've been working towards, and also working with y'all and being mentored with and by y'all, like, which I can just appreciate and want to give y'all flowers in real time while y'all here, because
thank you so much.
These two gentlemen, listen, I know the glass is a little more full and it goes to the head, but it's all the more worth it because the relationships you make alongside of everything that you need is just priceless. So I'm just grateful to have you guys in my life, in my circle, like 100% though.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and especially, you Bayesian and stuff, we family and shit. Yeah.
Also, Jamaicans, I know.
So moving on, lending. Okay, perfect. So we discussed how lending plays a part with our mindset, plays a part with our relationships. I just want you guys to talk about maybe like the best opportunities for lending, or what is your favorite type of lending. There's credit cards, there's loans, there's
private equity lending. There's a lot of, there's debt lending, there's mezzanine lending, there's what do they call it? Gap funding. There's
so somebody starting out, let's say somebody not even starting out, but somebody as a business owner, right? They're looking to get more funding because at this point y'all been tuned in for a while. Right? Y'all been tuning in for a while. And if this is your first time, listen, this is the best episode to get in for the first time, right? But we want to go to another level.
okay.
So with the insight that y'all can provide, what is typically the best lending when somebody is ready to invest?
Go ahead. Anyway, so I'm gonna start out like this, right? It's what you need, right? It's what for you. Like Tevin said, there's so many different types of lending: gap lending, institutional lending, lines of credit, 0% interest credit cards, loans from institutional banks, private lending, private equity. So it's what works for you. Everybody has different situations. What we talk about a lot is a lot of debt-based lending, which is getting lending from institutional banks. A lot of the big banks across the country, a lot of small banks across the country, credit unions, city and local banks, the big tier 1 banks, the Chases, the Bank of Americas. That's what we talk about a lot. Leveraging your personal credit score to get institutional lending. 0% interest credit cards, because that's the cheapest money you can get. That's a 0% interest for a period of time. And then you pay interest on it. And then it's lines of credit and then loans. So it's what works for you. We get institutional funding, which is debt-based funding. So that's business funding. So we can get you, like, for example, Chase. Chase is one of our biggest relationships with Chase. We can get you 50, 100, 150K, 250K of lending from Chase by leveraging our relationships and the rules that Chase has. So based on that, that's debt you're going to acquire that you can get into a business, you can get into real estate, you can put into scale your business and leverage that without spending your own money. So that's what we talk about. So there's many different types of lending you guys can go into depending on what the interest rate is, what you have to pay back, but just have a plan to pay that money back because it's debt based. So you owe that money. It's not income. So as long as you have a plan on how you can take that money and make a profit out of it and pay that money back, that's basically what we preach. And that's how you scale your business.
Period.
Research and data is definitely needed, right? In order for you to make your plan, you got to have the research and data. Then that's very necessary in your plan, because if you don't, then, if it's something that's not proven, then what's the point of doing it? So I think that's something that's important for people to note as well, if they are going to be taking debt. And even if you're going for equity financing, right? Equity funding. If you're going for equity funding and if you are making $1 million plus, right? And you could be watching this video and you're like, I don't know where to get funding from. You don't always have to go the debt side. You can always go equity side as well. So I think that's something that...
What is equity side? Break that down.
So equity funding is like, basically, obviously, you own 100% of your shares, right? Whether it's an LLC or a corporation, majority of the time it's going to be a corporation. An S Corp, majority of the time probably. But, there are C Corps and S Corps. But from there, based upon the shares that you have, right? And I only say 100 shares because it's easier to think about it in this sense. A person can give up 20 of their 100 shares based upon the $1 million they're bringing in gross revenue and be able to now get financing based on that. So 20% of $1 million is 200,000. So you can get 200,000 in equity financing for your business and now use that to grow your business past that $1 million that you're doing every single year. So in a sense that, that's a simplistic way to put equity financing.
I love that. The fact that we touching on lending, right? I know that y'all have a lot of knowledge, but there are a lot of gurus out there that also have knowledge. I want y'all to touch on the fact that like a lot of them give the game all over the place and it has really affected the actual market. Like, how does that make y'all feel?
Well, it's marketing. I mean, I came to understand it. I know why people are marketing. So, I mean, it is what it is. A lot of people, some people give wrong information based on just marketing, right? Based on reading or seeing what other people say and regurgitating. It's like this is the business we in. It's 2024. So a lot of people do a lot of internet marketing, social media marketing, right? So a lot of people just regurgitate things they heard, things that they've seen or things they know other people are doing. So that's why we pride ourselves on actually still doing funding. We're still doing it. We still have relationships with the banks. We still are in touch every single day. What's the updates? Because the banking system in America is cyclical, right? It goes up and goes down. Right. So things change.
All right, so basically Tevin and Brenda said, all y'all gurus online, like y'all really messing it up for us common folk, us consumers. But they understand because marketing is a part of the plan, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a perfect example.
You talked enough though. It was Tevin's turn.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Now I want to hear your perfect example. Yeah, I do want to hear it now.
Not like, specifically, like, for example, MG, right? MG cool, but he had the Chase rep on, was talking about 250K no doc, which is a no doc that Chase offers. But to bring but to bring her on, now you're giving that to the general public. Chase sees that after the first couple people, now it's a wrap. They're not offering that no more. Now it's a whole song and dance to now try to get that no doc funding because he has a big platform and then he brought her on to talk about it. And after they see that and people start applying and things of that nature, now they shut it down. So that's just an example. Not that he was saying false information, but sometimes you don't want to put that out there to the generalized public. Right. Because a lot of people are going to try to do it that really don't qualify, or they go, I heard this from such and such. This is who said, look where I got it from. Yeah. No, we don't do that. They can change their guidelines anytime they want. And
that's typically what happens, though. People be scrolling on Instagram, they find something, and they go ahead and attempt, and now it just messes up.
It's over.
I'm praying for everybody that's watching this, everybody that's not watching this, to watch this. Make sure y'all share this out to everyone because y'all know this is the best episode y'all seen this far, especially if this is your first time.
I didn't get to talk about my point.
Talk about your point!
Nah, bro.
Speak of peace. You had some on your mind, though.
You did, and I really wanted to know because these gurus be out here. The gurus be out here, and I feel like y'all, I love the way that y'all market, though, because y'all do what y'all need to do, but y'all also put out information that is something to have people thinking, not necessarily information for them to just go out and just risk it all. Like, no, y'all give them the juice that needs to be drunk. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't give them the whole bottle. Please say what you need to say, because I'm ready for y'all to go. No. I'm ready for them to go.
I want to ask him a question. It's a different question. How do you feel about a guru in general? The term guru. How do you feel about it?
I don't like it. Wow. I don't like the term because guru is just like it's just a word that's being thrown around to put people that may or may not have the correct information and experience to think that, they're now the all seeing eye. Because then now when they start getting those followers, it starts getting to their head. Mm-hmm. And then they think that them doing the same thing over and over, putting out the same regurgitated information, like Brandon was saying that, hey, you can go to Chase and get 250,000. I've been, no lie, since that, whole ordeal where everybody's been talking about Chase line of credit.
We was already doing it, but then after that.
Exactly. But everybody's been sending it to me, especially now, because the problem is that now people are hopping on the wave after the fact. Mm. So now everybody's coming to me and they're probably looking for some type of funding. They're saying, hey, I want the same 250,000 that they're talking about, but you can't get that because that's no longer in effect. But they're saying, oh no, they're offering it over here. So go get it. And guess what's going to happen? They're going to be asked for documents. And then now when you try to go for some other type of funding, it's not going to be the same. So, I just like the way we market it is not the same as everybody. We're very integral about what we do. And I think it's just important that we really push out the right messaging for the product. Because if we don't, then, it's just going to be information that's out there.
Yeah.
We don't show as much receipts as everybody, but we got them.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not even like,
because everybody be pushing them receipts. Well, I tell you that. If you go online right now,
fake receipts. Everybody pushing fake receipts.
Oh, okay.
fake receipts.
Everybody pushing fake receipts.
Not
receipts.
I'm
Everybody
coming for
pushing.
you.
I believe some people be putting the real receipts.
Some people.
I believe
yeah,
some people
do.
No, some people do.
Yeah, some people do, but I think with the
Majority
mass,
of people put this fake receipts.
Yeah.
It's marketing, bro.
yeah, it is. It definitely is, and I think that's definitely important for us to note. It's definitely important.
I just love y'all's opinion. I love our conversations because it's real. It's real. It's just real. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, especially when it comes to funding, when it comes to credit, when it comes to business, when it comes to entrepreneurship.
Well, tomorrow's never gonna come. So if you keep waiting on tomorrow, it ain't gonna happen. You could easily miss opportunity. The same opportunity is not gonna come your way. So that's a lot of mistakes I see a lot of people make. They think, I could always get that chance, opportunity. 10, 20 years, that same opportunity never came. So tomorrow's not gonna come. If you're trying to do something, start it now. The more you wait to start something, the more you're not going to do it. So stop waiting. Whatever you want to do, make a plan and go for it now.
Advice I would definitely give, it might be cliche, but fix your credit. Just being honest. Fix your credit because that's going to bring you it's going to bring you a long way. And then, obviously once it's fixed, then start to understand the game of leverage at that point, right? Not just leveraging your credit, but leveraging relationships. It could be bank relationships. It could be business relationships. It could be relationships probably with the seller that you're trying to buy a business from. Whatever it is, just understand leverage and really understand how you can leverage, either your time, your information, your knowledge, or what you can do for something that could be greater. So I think that's definitely something, that advice that I should be able to give people.
Love it. And success leaves clues. This is not the first time y'all are hearing this.
Yeah.
So please take heed. Please take notes when you're watching this video, when you're watching all of our interviews, because they're getting even more valuable by the second, which we are extremely grateful for. And I just want to ask, is fixing your credit something that they can come to you guys for? Like, what can they actually get from you guys directly?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything.
No,
we stand on business.
Everything.
We stand on business.
So we can fix your credit. We can get you funding. We can help you get into that new real estate deal. We can help you buy into that new business. We can help you scale your business. We can help you set up your merch. We can help you everything as far as business wise. We can help you do Millionaire Essentials. We help you become a millionaire.
Yes, sir. I think you said it perfect, right on the head.
That's the power of a partnership.
Exactly.
P.O.P.
Hold it down.
Partnership. I started that, right? That's not old, right?
I never heard that.
Power on partnership, power in partnership.
Power of partnership.
Power of partnership.
I like that.
We gotta make sure we steal it good. Power of partnership.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck? Nah, this is my platform. Y'all heard it here. Power of partnerships, y'all. We are so grateful that y'all tuned into another episode. This is the go. Ooh, y'all see how they hyping me up, but they not really because they want to sneak this.
Put in the Slack.
Put in the Slack.
I will report y'all. To who? To the Better Business Bureau.
What did they do? They took my POP.
POP, power of partnerships. Y'all seen it here. Just enthusiastic and just lovable, and also just willing to help any and everyone that want to be helped, right? Because you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped on their own, right? Mm-hmm. So really tap into them. Brandon, Tevin, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate y'all traveling from different states too. Y'all know how we get down with the golden impact. It was never the silver or the bronze. Make sure y'all tap out. What'd you say?
Or the platinum.
Or the platinum's cool, but it's not gold, respectfully. Make sure y'all tap into our playlist when it comes to the 360 video booth. And of course, the executives for the TV show season 2. too. So we will see y'all soon on our annual events that are coming up in August as well as July for the Golden Bucket, the charity event. Y'all playing this year? What's going on? We had Team Credit last year. It was a different. Which one was it?
Who won last year?
Team Credit won last year.
Who was on Team Credit?
Team Credit was Glad, Gayeton, KB. They won. Okay.
Wait, so hold on. That means we gotta start our own team, bro.
Yeah. Team funded.
Team funded.
Team leverage.
Yeah. Ooh!
Like that.
Making it hot, make it drop. Y'all already know POP, all it down. Power of Partnerships live, here to you action. If y'all have any comments or need any clarity, please leave us a comment as well as message us on our email, which is on our YouTube channel as well. And if you are interested in YouTube management as well as faceless YouTube channels, y'all know, tap in with us right here, right now, real time for real results. We love y'all. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and stay golden.
Peace.
Later. You gonna give a kiss or something?
Who? The camera?
Not with them lips. Y'all need some Vaseline.
I do?
Yeah, I do.
I got my shit in my pocket too.